In this video, I'm going to share with you how to massively improve black Myth Wukong to a point where it no longer looks like you have the super resolution and sharpness of your TV max out. Okay? And this is a must mod, in my opinion. And if you already beat the game looking like that, I am sorry. Okay? Also, I'm gonna share with you a potential solution for the black level race that we have here. On the previous video, I said, oh, it looks okay. It was a rookie mistake. It was because I had the FPS counter over here and that was giving me 0 blacks. But I'm gonna share with you how you can potentially fix that. And I cannot try it with the benchmark tool because it doesn't have the config file that I need to fix it. But I'm gonna share with you how you can potentially fix that. I'm almost 100% sure that removing the fog of the game is gonna fix that. And that black level race is just the fog that we have everywhere. Okay? I'm almost 100% sure, but you let me know when you try that. And of course, if you can live with no fog in the game, just to remove that issue, it might be worth it. Okay? The other thing I want to share with you in this video is some settings that you can try on your LG OLED to get it looking very close to my Pioneer Kuro plasma TV. And why would you want to do that? Just to try it and see how it looks like. And these settings I'm going to share with you are super colorful. They are more blue and you might love it. Okay? So give them a try. This is not going to be accurate. It is going to be eye candy like settings. So let's get started. This is the mod that I'm talking about. All you have to do, link in the description of the video, is come here to the latest release and download it and unzip the file. And you are going to open this Wukong tweak file. And my recommendation is, this is what something I was just adding. So this is not originally on this file, and it doesn't work here. This would work on the config file if you have the actual game, but here it doesn't work. But what I would, and this is something I added to, but it doesn't work either. But you can turn off vignette, chromatic aberration, and that terrible sharpening. Look at this. The default was 3.6. Okay, that's crazy. 3.7 sharpness. Turn that to 0 is my recommendation. And of course, turn off chromatic aberration and all that crap. Now, the second mod that I would recommend you to try is this one. Annoying Effects Be Gone, from Nexus Mod. This is what I believe is going to fix that black level race that we have. I believe the black level race is this fog. And the reason why I strongly believe that is because I've tried the shader toggler with reshade, which is an add-on that allows you to remove the fog on the fly. You have to find the shader, it's very complicated, but once you find it, you can turn it off. And I did that in Lies of P, and I shared that on a video. And after removing the fog, the black level was just going down significantly, okay? And I strongly believe the same thing is gonna happen here, because the game looks okay, at least here, but the black level is raised a little bit. And I believe the fog is the problem. And if it's not the fog, then, well, try your best I actually tried to fix the black level raise using the PROD8003 curved levels that we've used so many times, and I was not successful. There's no way I was able to fix the black level raise and get enough visibility near black. Basically, without crushing blacks, I couldn't do it. I tried like 2 hours and I couldn't find the combination, but maybe I would find it tomorrow. You try it and share the settings if you find the solution for this. But I believe the fog is gonna be the solution. If you are okay with the black level raise, then just leave the fog alone and enjoy the creator's intent, which a lot of times is completely messed up in my opinion. So then the other thing I want to share with you is the Pioneer Kuro eyeballing matching settings that I have going on here with the C1. And the reason why I worked on these settings is because I actually prefer how this game right now is looking on my Pioneer Plasma TV than here on my LG C1. And the reason is very simple. The C1 is better, no question about that. But because it is better, I know this can look a lot better. And right now, this doesn't look like 4K at all. And it doesn't matter which settings I use. It doesn't matter which GPU I try here. It doesn't matter the amount of frames. This just looks still blurry, okay? So my plasma looks less sharp because it's just 1080p. And it is kind of hiding a little bit the defects, the things that are bothering me so much about this game, clearness. It's not clear. So I prefer the plasma for these games that are messed up, because on the plasma I cannot see those defects as well. So I was playing on the plasma and I actually like the way that plasma looks, just default. I'm talking about no calibration, you just turn it on. With these settings that I'm gonna share with you, you're going to have a similar look. So you can see on your own LG TV, so this is only for LG TVs, you can see how it looks like. Something very close to how the plasma that I have looks like, which again, it is not calibrated, it is not accurate, it's just the way it looks. So I'm gonna share with you those settings and how did I figure out these settings. So I think that's more interesting than the settings themselves. Of course, if we are going to match a plasma TV with a C1, you wanna use OLED Motion Pro High at 60 Hertz. That's going to give you about the same motion clarity. It is actually less clear on the C1 than my plasma when you move slow, and it becomes a little bit more clear when you move faster, because the motion on the plasma kind of breaks a little bit when you go faster than 240 pixels per second. But they are very close when you go faster. But when you go slower, the plasma looks more clear, because the plasma can have 4 milliseconds of persistence, and this one is like 5.6 if I remember correctly. So you can use this or not. We're trying to match the way the plasma looks. So I believe you do need that motion clarity improvement. But if you don't like the flickering, you can just try the colors. Now we need to just up the colors a lot to match this plasma. So we need to use native color gamut and the color depth in 64, okay? And still the plasma has some green colors that look more saturated. And with these settings, the C1 has some red colors that are a little bit more saturated. So you cannot match that 100%, but it is very close. And for the white balance, I have to use warm 30. So I cannot use warm 50, because if I use warm 50, the plasma looks significantly more blue. And this looks more yellow. It's very clear. So the first thing that I do to match the LG with the plasma is to try to find a close enough color temperature. So the color temperature is something that I can more easily match. Of course, we need to match brightness first. Then later you can just max out the brightness if you want. But first you need to max out the brightness. So once you have both looking equally bright, then my recommendation is go and match the color temperature. And after you match the color temperature, then you start messing around with red, green, and blue with this high point on the 2-point calibration. So now how did I get these values? The next thing that I try to match is the green. So I am very sensitive when I'm looking especially at skin tones and I'm comparing both TVs. I am very sensitive to see if one TV looks more green than the other. So I match that green, and then I move this red here because just trial and error. I don't like to touch the red usually here with this LG OLED, but I had to move it because the plasma was just looking more red. Okay, so that's what I did. I'm sure a professional would do it better, but I think this is good enough and it looks close enough. So you can try it. These LG TVs are very consistent. So if you try these settings, you might be getting something close to what I see in front of me with my plasma. So again, this is just an experiment, and I think it is very cool. You can try this. So of course, this is without using any instruments whatsoever. And of course, Gamma 2.2